Welcome back to Love Your Life TV, brought to you by Lives of a Woman. I'm Heather Porter. Now, in this week's episode, in One Woman, Big Influence, we would love to introduce you to Kris Carr. Kris Carr has started something amazing, and she started it from something that actually could have been quite a challenge in her life. Now, in 2003, she was diagnosed with an incredibly rare and incurable form of cancer, and she was in stage 4. So she's actually taken that as an opportunity to completely revamp her life and learn how to eat healthily, and not only do that, but train other people to do the same. She started something that we love called the Crazy Sexy Revolution, and on her website, it's all about crazy sexy wellness. She has recipe books, and she has an amazing online TV show as well, and great resources for those of you that are looking to live more healthily. So Kris, hats off to you for taking an incredibly challenging situation and starting a revolution and using it as a completely positive way of affecting the world around you. Next up, we're back with the amazing Ellie and Cimone-Louise, and this week Cimone-Louise is going to share how she works.
Well, thank you, Cimone-Louise, for joining us again in the segment Women We Love. And we love you and what you've got to say. And this week, we wanted to hear from you about what is the most profound moment that has impacted your working life?
The ladies that I get to mentor, I would probably say that the most profound thing is their vulnerability. Their vulnerability to change, the willingness to open up, and that ladies that have got these most amazing businesses and building these mini empires also as well reveal as much as what they do. We get to cover so much, and I'm always so blessed in how much they reveal to me, because their willingness to share and open up allows not only our session to go deeper, but also too is it ripples in every areas of their life. You know, that teenager energy that we all want to be princesses and be in pink and all of that is part of being an empowering woman, an entrepreneurial woman, is to work from a higher energy and a higher vibration and taking that next level.
Do you know what I love about what you said, and I think it's the lesson that can apply to all of us no matter where we work. Even if you're in an office, we often forget to really listen or pay attention to the people we're with, and I think the lesson from what you've said, if you can receive so much by not just walking by somebody, actually listening to them, being enriched by them, who knows what they have to share with you, instead of looking at, say, if you're in an office that you just turn up, these are people you spend a lot of hours with and you go home. I think there's a deeper level, that there's an opportunity no matter what work situation you're in to do that.
I'm always fascinated when people do work in an office environment, because there's so many dynamics there, and I look on it that, you know, your work colleague may remind you of your mother, your brother, your father, your sister, and everyone will project and trigger something else. And I love that fact of, you know, going in there with new energy and heart and integrity every day, going, you know, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be consistent in this energy, because people thrive off it. I've had ladies say to me that they'll light their candle and, you know, they'll love that. Or if they have an affirmation card, people will gravitate towards it. Or if there's a crystal or a flower that, you know, whether people think it's woo-woo or out there, people love positivity. Yeah. You know, and you can walk into an environment and you know if there's no one in there, you know people have been arguing. I love kinesiology. When I tell Matt how I work with ladies, you know, he always says to me, Simone, you know, all the processes that you help them with, if their home environment, their work environment, their social environment is not in alignment, everything that you do will just be disrupted or not as harnessed or enhanced as much. So, you know, we are a product of where we are.
Yeah, and I think what you've said is we have the choice to make an environment better. It's actually in our hands, which is something we often forget. We think it's everybody else doing something to us. Thank you for sharing more from your heart with us, Cimone-Louise. I, for one, am looking forward to next week's edition when Simone joins us again with some of the things she does to rest, work and play to live a beautiful life. Thank you, Cimone-Louise, for sharing how you work to live a more beautiful life. I hope you learnt some great things from that.
So I was really excited when Heather told me that she was featuring Kris Carr. And I have to tell you, I hadn't heard of Kris Carr, but I definitely went straight away to research her. And what made me so excited is that she's all about self-care. And Heather knows that self-care is something that is so important to me and something I love sharing with people. Self-care is something that you can do to take control of your own well-being. And it's only when we get sick or we're run down that we realise we're probably not doing the best to build our immune system and to look after ourselves. And it's really the little things you do every day that do add up and make a big difference. I noticed on Kris's website she had an article about sunscreen, and that definitely reminded me that I've heard many self-care advocates speak and write about sunscreen, and we've been told, and it's definitely important to protect yourself from the sun, and we've been told that sunscreen is the way to do it, and absolutely it can be, but not all sunscreens are the same. And Kris's article, and we'll put the link below just here for you to have a look at it, gives you a really good rundown of why she thinks not all sunscreens are the same, that in fact some of them contain a lot of chemicals, and whilst you're putting it on your skin to protect yourself from the sun, you could be doing some harmful damage. So what you really want to do is do your own research, because it's really important that what you choose makes sense to you. For me, the less chemicals I put on my skin and in my body just makes logical sense. And so that's what I focus on. So please don't go out and burn in the sun, and please don't stop wearing sunscreen or being safe. But what we're suggesting is use Kris's article as a starting point to getting control of your own self-care and doing what seems right for you. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Love Your Life TV. We hope you've enjoyed it. Please leave a comment below or share this with a woman you love who might need to hear this message. And we look forward to seeing you next episode when we talk more about how women rest, work and play to live a beautiful life. See you then.